But I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. All right, so we want to do the spinning, raise the heart rate, build callus on the hands, timing and distance. You're obviously not going to spin before you defend yourself, but all this spinning allows you then to strike a lot faster when you learn how to fight with your cane for self-defense. So starting in this position, we bring it up like you're reaching out to shake his hand. You can smash between his legs, smash into that hand that's reaching for you with a punch or stab. Maybe he's slashing, maybe he's trying to grab or hit you with another tool. And then from this position, you're gonna bring it down on the top of his head. So you're gonna come up, then you're gonna turn your palm up to the sky, bring your elbow back, and then you crank that straight down on the top of his head for self-defense. This is how you fight with your walking cane. So you bring it up and bring it down. This is one combination that I want you to practice, become comfortable with, doing it at speed, going faster and faster. You might want to use this style of walking cane. This is the Cane Master's self-defense cane, or you can use any cane that you have. Put it in your other hand, practice it the same amount, coming up and then down over top of his head. The next way you use this spinning motion is coming across and back. Just think of like a windshield wipers. From here, it's on the ground, your other hand's up, you give a command, back up, you're too close, I'll defend myself. He's trying to take away from you your life, your dignity. You bring it in and bring it back across the other side of the head. Yeah. Coming across, coming back, you can also add that third strike in from the first combination. So we have 1, 2, 3, and the purpose of practicing these combinations, you might not use them in this order, but you're going to wire into your brain, into your muscles, into your body, a simple combination that you can do, and then before you know it, you have to use it. You can defend yourself. Always do the other hand the same number of times, coming back and forward, and then here. You can also, from this position, just bring it up at an angle and back down at an angle. So you can strike, again, maybe he's reaching out for you, or he's trying to choke you or grab you, or maybe he's holding on to somebody, your wife, your child, grandchild, you won't let go, and you can bring that through and smash his hand, breaking the bone, then bring it down across the side of his head, turn off his operating system, knock him out for self-defense. So those are just simple ways you can fight with your walking cane using that basic spinning motion. Now the next spin motion I want you to practice with, sliding your hand up onto the cane here. Michael asked if I've ever heard of a combat rosary. I have not. Sounds interesting though. You're gonna turn, and this is just another figure 8 motion. And notice here that your hand is closed, right? This is similar if you do some of the Filipino martial arts. You've seen this, and you can go forward. Cecil says he's seen a number of canes similar to this in the charity shop. I was just at the charity shop myself at the Goodwill store. I also saw canes, and I also had the same thought. I bet those belong to somebody whose grandparent, probably aunt or uncle, great aunt or uncle, passed. And the interesting thing is, a lot of those canes are really short. As people get shorter in life, as you get older, or just older generations are a little bit shorter. But I noticed a bunch of shorter canes in the charity shop, in the Goodwill, the donation store. And I had the same thought. I bet those belong to some deceased people. Now I did pick them up and test them, and they seem too brittle for what we want to use. Yeah, these canes are the best choice for self-defense, in my opinion, because you can carry them just about anywhere and everywhere. Now, there are some features on the cane, like this beveled point at the end, that might make it not available for you to carry wherever you live, but you can do the same thing with just a regular cane. But Cecil, you should also check the canes that you see at the charity shop. They might be great canes. So check them out for yourself. I've picked some up there before, and I've had people in my life who've passed who passed their canes on to me. So, and they sit in my collection. I kept them. Sentimental value. So you have your hand closed. It's important not to open your hand. This makes it easier. That also makes it easier for it to get knocked out of your hand, then you're in big trouble. As you're practicing this spin, always keep the other hand up Do it in one hand and then do it in the other hand the same amount of time. I like to go for time instead of repetitions. I'll do it for about 30 seconds up to a minute. I'll start to feel the muscles getting stronger. You'll feel your muscles getting a lot stronger. You'll feel your grip getting stronger. You'll feel your wrist improving in flexibility. And then when you go to strike for self-defense, when you learn how to fight with your walking cane, your strikes are gonna be a lot harder, a lot faster. So from this position, with the crook still facing back, you slide your hand down the front, you pick it up, point your thumb at the threat, put the cane between you and the other person. You can put it in two hands immediately so that you can thrust. You can smash with this piece here. Hey, Philly Fathead, it's good to see you. Smashing through, you can box his ears. You can use it like a rifle butt strike for self-defense, coming through this way. You can lift and straight up off the ground, like a bayonet, coming into his midsection, in through the throat, into the face for self-defense, or using the one hand, striking this basic angle, coming off your shoulder. You should practice this, followed by this. So practicing after you've done that, spinning warm up from side to side, then add in horizontal strikes, make it a combination, 2 down at an angle, 2 to the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, finish with a vertical strike right on the top of his head for self-defense, maybe breaking the clavicle. Maybe again, he's holding on to something, somebody he won't let go, smashing and breaking the bones, both bones there in his arm with your cane master's hickory cane. This is very effective for self-defense. I put a link in the description if you want to see what they're made out of, how they're made, what the cost is. Yeah, Stuart says go for the wrist. Smashing, breaking that wrist. That wrist is going to break easier than the bones. Either way, he's letting go when you strike that way. Ken's here from Grants Pass, Oregon. Welcome, Ken. Ken, so we're going off the shoulder. It's important to come off the shoulder in this first strike, never coming from outer space, coming up here. You're gonna wrap around his body and you're gonna hit him all the way. You're gonna wrap your arm around his back, give him a hug. This isn't even gonna touch him. When you come off your shoulder, he has to work through your cane to get to you. You're gonna crack him in the skull for self-defense. So you're gonna come here, 2 horizontal strikes, a vertical strike, and you can finish the way you might with a collie stick or an arnis stick or a screamer stick, coming straight up through the midsection of his body. But from this position, practice spinning the knee, get in this position, stick between you and him. Let me change canes just so you can see it a little bit better. I just realized this blends in the dark garage dojo. It's starting to get dark outside. This is also a cane master's cane. This has that teardrop shape. The great benefit of that is when they remove that material, it goes through, I don't know if you can hear it, it goes through the air so much faster. And when this hits, because you've removed that material, you concentrate all the power on that dull blade, so to speak. And when you strike that wrist, as that Stuart was saying earlier, you're gonna break that bone. So this compresses the flesh, breaks the bone. Hello, Eleanor, it's good to see you. You got here after I realized I didn't have the sound on. So from this position, traditional, slide down, pick it up, put it between you and him. You can thrust, coming off the shoulders, coming through horizontally, down on top, and then coming through with a basic strike. Like I said before, you can also bend the knees, put it in 2 hands, either with this push-up grip or with this alternating grip, and smash and hook. That's a great feature of these cane master's canes, these beveled edges, which can remove teeth, nose, eyes for self-defense, dig into the nerves, into the muscle, into the joints, and rip for self-defense. You might not pull it completely off and have it fall on the ground, but you might detach some things. So from here, sliding down, put it between you and him, thrust, two angles down. You can also do your angles coming up. If you practice that the same way that other people do in the Filipino martial arts, you can go down, you can come up, horizontal, just your basic angles. Now, the next way I'm gonna have you use it, turn the crook. Look at that sharp little eyeballs there. Haven't used this one in a while. When you use this, you wrap that around your wrist Now you have a better grip. This is just one of the features they put on that. So this crook facing you, that allows you to do this where we started, the handshake, where you snatch it up between his legs, bring it through, bring it back, bring it down, bring it across, and you have that feature, but you can also bring it up here. Cecil's asking, can I do the twirls in slow motion? I'll show you the first, this one. This is from the Combat Cane Spinning series. I don't know who coined that first. Maybe that was Grandmaster Mark Shuey. Maybe it was Keith Melton. Maybe it was the RDT guy. Maybe it was Gary Hernandez. I know it wasn't me. I didn't come up with it. But it's a great name for it. You just speed that up when you're ready. And then you have this coming across and back. And then when you're ready to speed that up, that turns into a strike. And then you have this orbital on the outside, your hand is closed, orbital on the inside. You put it together, inside out, just like playing with nunchucks. And it's not just spinning to be fancy, it's not just spinning to look good, it's spinning to increase the power of the strikes so that you can defend yourself when you need it. So we have the crook facing out, you're here, we did these, coming across, coming back. Now I want you to think of popping it up from this position, either Irish shillelagh style, bending the knees, and you pick it up in this position, right? Irish shillelagh style, you can strike, you can block, you get behind it with two hands, let them hit this with their blade, right? That's one of the best parts. There's the blade, there's the cane. Cane has reach advantage. And I've seen recently someone said, doesn't matter. I watched that whole, been putting a lot of those videos out. Good for him. I'm all for people adding to the conversation. And I don't know, he's probably right 100% of the time. And maybe we just see different sides of the same coin. Or maybe he's right and I'm wrong. But the comment was made that you can't defend yourself with this against the knife. It's better to throw it to the side or throw it at him and then grab his hand. And I still say, just like if I were back in the Marine Corps youth days and I had to go to combat and I ran out of bullets and I attached bayonets and the bad guy, because now we can't say who the bad guy is anymore because we fight everybody around the world, right? So the bad guy from some foreign nation or some foreign ideology comes at me and he just has a bayonet and I've got a rifle with a bayonet on the end, then I think I'm gonna win. Or he might be a better fighter than me and I'm still gonna lose. But if I had my choice and I had the advantage of having the reach of my rifle and he's got his bayonet, I'm gonna stick that through his face and smash him with it and bring it down on top of his head, and not gently and not softly. And I'll probably use two hands and I wanna close with, and I wanna smash, and I wanna try to take away his operating system as fast as you can. I figured you did, Studer. I was gonna call out the name, but it doesn't matter if you do or not. And again, like I said, I'm not saying I'm 100% right or even 1% right. I don't know. He made some good points. He makes good points in all of his videos. But it's just like Icy Mike. He makes good points in all his videos, but who among us is the most expert of the experts? If I even would be among that group, I don't know. I've learned in my life not to pretend to know everything because I'm often wrong. As my mentor Dan Pena says, I'm often wrong, but I'm never in doubt. So, hey Bill, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, so anyway, we'll leave that discussion for another time. I was thinking about something else too. I was thinking about those of us graying wolves out there who need to speak up and stand up and train for what's coming in the world to be able to protect our families, our nation, our belief system, our everything. And staying fit, that's another great thing you can do with your cane, is it assists you in doing some air squats, which is gonna change, if you can do them, it's gonna change your body, just doing a little bit a day. You'll see you'll get really strong, you'll get lean, you'll get youthful again. All right, so it's in this position, crook facing out, shillelagh style. Irish stick fighting, reach down here, and then I'm in this position. Or you can just bring it up like this. The other hand's up and open, you give a command, you're too close, back up. You can smash with this part going into his face. You can bring this across, twisting your wrist out while you bring it across, crashing the side of his face. You can bring it up between his legs, under his chin, into that arm. Bring it up this way. You can bring it at an angle from this position. You can bring it, I think we did horizontal angle. You can bring it down on the top of his head if you wanted to. It's just like that punch and turn with the Japanese Jo, the Okinawan Jo. It's that same motion as you're using your Jo staff or a different a straight walking stick. So from this position, you can do all those. You can throw it into the other hand. Now you've got that rifle bayonet strike or rifle butt strike. Got an axe you can chop in with that tooth into the body. That's also like a big knuckle, a big fist. Smashing here. It's good for close quarters. Maybe his hands are on you and you have it between his hands. You smash this straight up under his chin, into his face, breaking his teeth, breaking his jaw, maybe cutting his tongue off as you bring it up this way. From here, you can also lift the bottom up, and very powerful. You don't have to have all the mobility you did when you were a kid. You can generate lots of force, lots of power here. The key is do it explosively. When we talk about the training that I did a long time ago called immediate direct explosive self-defense, it's that idea of like right now, the threat's here, you told him back up, and then you've got to go for it, right? You've got to defend yourself. Maybe it's a hook punch, maybe it's an uppercut here. But Dead Wolf Resistance, he loves the leverage, and you have so much leverage, especially when you close the circuit by putting two hands on it. Now you're using your shoulders, your hips, your whole core, your big muscles in the front, big muscles in the back, your big leg muscles if you're able to stand. You can also do all this sitting in the chair, waiting for the bus, sitting on the plane, because you can take these everywhere. When you learn how to fight with your walking cane, you are training with a gray man, gray woman option that goes anywhere. You're training with an improvised self-defense tool, because this is a mobility tool, it's a medical device. And in most countries, especially here in the United States, you're allowed to bring this with you wherever you go. Now, there's been some questions, Otto, you can't get that through TSA. Yes, you can. Have done. People reach out to me all the time. I've seen with my own eyes, long sticks, hiking sticks, walking sticks, things that look nastier than this, the only thing I haven't seen go through TSA is a sword cane. I don't like the sword cane anyway, but I think these are super, super effective. Yeah, I saw the comment, these are also effective for dog attacks. Sadly, if you Google it almost daily, you'll see that there's some mauling somewhere in the United States almost every week, if not 2 or 3. Dead Wolf says he uses a lot of throwing knives. One of my favorite things to do is throw for self-defense. I like to throw all kinds of bladed weapons, from hatchets to tomahawks to the shuriken, spikes, and throwing knives especially. And as you know, I like to throw balls, I like to throw rocks. I like to be able to throw right hand, left hand evenly. So if you practice that, you'll be able to defend yourself. Practice how to fight with your walking cane, you'll be able to use this for self-defense too. So those are some of the many, many techniques. Now, I do have a partner I've been training with, somebody that I'm working with now. And Ken says there was just a dog attack outside of his house a week ago. It's happening all the time. I see it down here especially. There's so many of a certain breed of dog that I'll leave out for this video that seems to maul a lot of people. And there are a lot of them around here, and they happen. Cecil says it's getting ridiculous. All right, but next time we come together with the cane, I'm gonna have a partner, and I'm gonna show you how to keep someone from taking it out of your hand. How to, when they grab it, how to hold on to it so that he doesn't take it away and beat you with it. Because that's not what we want. We want to be able to defend ourselves. We want to learn how to fight with a walking cane. But PB and XL. And then probably 2 or 3 more, but we'll leave those out too. If you need a self-defense walking cane, look for the Cane Masters. I put a link in the description. I do get a tiny little commission if you buy it from my link. But if you don't want to buy it from my link, just Google it. They'll pop up everywhere. But Cane Masters, I think, is the gold standard for self-defense canes. Can't go wrong. I know a lot of you have them already and train with them. This is my new favorite. I got a little piece of, I was hitting things the other day. I got to get my sandpaper out and clean that up, buff it out, re-oil it. But you can have them customized any way you want, any kind of color, any kind of finish, any kind of, all these different fancy accoutrements. You can put eyeballs on it if that's your thing. This is the one I carry in my car. This is my one I used when I had, yeah, thank you, Cecil, I appreciate that. Cecil says just buy it from Link. This is the one after I had my hip replacement and I was walking around on my cane. I wanted a little bit nicer, fancy cane, but it always sits in my car when I pump gas at the most cost-effective gas station around here, not necessarily at a safe neighborhood. I'm putting gas in the car, I'm leaning on the cane, I'm ready to defend if I need to. So you can do that, you can carry one of these in your car, carry it everywhere you go. Best thing about it, like I said before, is because it's a medical device, you're allowed to carry it with you because of the Health Information Privacy and Portability Act or something like that, the HIPAA laws in the United States, you can carry this and they can't, no one's allowed to just say, hey, show me your doctor's note why you need that. You can just say, that's my own, that's my business, not your business. I like these extra features like that, the string, but this is my favorite. When they remove, they call it a teardrop shape. When they put the teardrop on it, it makes it move so much faster because it reduces the weight, takes the material off, and it stays extremely strong. So those are just my recommendations. They also make them with a palm rest. I don't have that one out, it's over there. Palm rest, for those of you who've asked me, I think it's a great feature. It gives you extra striking surface for self-defense, and when you carry it in this position, makes it easier on your wrist when you use it for mobility like I do. I don't know why, but my replaced hip's been sore lately, and the other hip's been sore, so I've been hobbled a little bit, and when I do that, I usually use the cane, take off some of the pressure. So you can carry it whether you need it, you can carry it whether you need it for self-defense or mobility or both. If you use a cane for mobility, you can't pick it up, then you'd fall on the ground, you lean on one, and then you use the other one-handed strikes, and you can still defend yourself like Morgan from The Walking Dead. Anyway, yeah, it just becomes, like you said, it becomes an extension of your person. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for sticking it out. I know I was silent at the beginning, but you guys hung in there, and I'll correct that when we do the edit. But hey, Paul, it's great to see you. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, Cecil said I'll be needing a cane for real when I hit 50. Past that and over that hill, Cecil. I appreciate that. I'm over that hill as hey, G. Carlton, great to see you. My wife reminds me all the time I'm far over that hill. But maybe when I'm 85, that'll be the next time. I'll probably need it for sure. But between now and then, I'll keep doing the air squats and everything else. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. The resistance bands. If you use the resistance band, you can put it on your cane. This is just a way to increase the power of your strikes while staying young and healthy. You put this around your back. This is just a simple resistance band, costs less than 20 bucks. Put it on your cane. Hey, Stuart, thank you so much for that super chat, that super sticker. Then you start doing push-ups. I call them standing push-ups. I go for time under tension. I want to do this for 30 seconds. Yeah, bonus tip, Cecil says. 30 seconds here, and then I start pressing down after a break, about 30 seconds, pushing, maybe a couple minutes, catch your breath. When you do this, you're starting to activate the muscles in the lower chest, rest for a little bit, and then press up at an angle and activate the muscles on the top of that chest. Then, yeah, Dead Wolf says he carries the Cold Steel. Cold Steel makes so many great products. Cold Steel cane. So it makes sure it stays down there. You can also put these under your arms. I just like them on this one. And then, yeah, keep your head on the swivel. I just came up a little bit too much. There we go. It's because I'm sweating here in the garage tonight. It's starting to get warm again in Florida. All right, so hands here. The key is pushing. I'm gonna just put it under the arms there. Pushing from your forehead forward. That will isolate most of it into your triceps. Throw it under your hips, under your butt. Sit down into it a little bit and curl. And almost, for those of you who box, you know you get the most power and speed from your biceps. So this is gonna work the biceps. I like to do outside the band and then rest. The next set, bring the hands in, close grip, 30 seconds, then rest. The next set, palms down on the outside of the band, and that's gonna activate and strengthen your grip muscles on your forearm, on the top of the forearm, plus the brachialis. And then, if you want to, you can go to one loop and bring it down. You do more curls here, or if you use a lighter band, you can do military presses and activate the shoulders, which again is going to make all your strikes so much better. And these bands, I put a link in the description of these too if you don't have a set, but you start with the thin one, about half the width of this, or get two, get the smallest and the next one up. And then you have, even without your cane, some of the best exercises, you step on it, for longevity and vitality and youthfulness. They call this the Tom Brady, but it's just a push and a press, and they call it Tom Brady because he did it or something. I'm not a big football follower, but you can get so much out of these. You can put it under the foot and then pushing away. Now you're exercising quadriceps. You can lie down and you can do so many things on the ground. There's so many other ways. One of my favorites here for punching strength, bring it to the outside. This one's a little heavy, but pressing up single-handedly with that band. Another one, a great one, if you get cell phone neck from looking at your phone all the time, you can grab part of the band, activate those muscles up along the top of the spine and the rear delts, the backs of your shoulders, keep everything in balance and improve your posture. Offer less than 20 bucks once. Most people pay 20, 30 bucks for their gym membership every month and then never go. Get one of these and you can do it in your bedroom, your bathroom, your hallway, the garage, backyard, the alleyway, anywhere. So think about one of these if you haven't. Stuart, thanks again for that super sticker.